Got a question asking, how does a landlord protect themselves from an unpermitted unit they don't want to be sued? Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the landlord. We're on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, from time to time, I do run into situations where a tenant may allege that a unit is unpermitted, and that can be very important, particularly like on a non-payment of rent case where a landlord's collecting rent. There is case law in California that prohibits a landlord from collecting rent, and also a landlord might be subject to like a lawsuit to refund back the tenant any monies paid for rent of an illegal unit. Well, what's an illegal unit? Well, it's a unit not permitted for human habitation or use. The most common situations I kind of see this come up in is, let's say, landlord converts a garage into like an in-law unit, that type of deal, without the proper permits and so forth. It might not be up to current building standards, that type of deal. There's a dispute that comes up, like tenant can't pay the rent. Landlord files an eviction for non-payment of rent, and then all of a sudden there's a defense that the unit is not uninhabitable, that it's not permitted, and the landlord can't charge rent. Okay, if the unit is not permitted for lawful use, then you can't really contract to charge rent and so forth. So that's the big hugaboo here. What could a landlord do? Well, most modern units that are fit for are designed to be a residential dwelling, that type of deal, will have what's called a certificate of occupancy. It's a certificate certifying that the local building municipality building department has certified this unit for use. Okay, you might have some older units that may not have certificates of occupancy. They were built well before the uniform building codes and that type of deal, but they've been permitted for residential use or dwelling use, basically. So if you're a landlord or you're going to buy someone's building, that type of deal, you might want to go research in the building department where your property is located at to see if the unit is permitted for use or has a certificate of occupancy. One of the tall tale signs that you might not have a permitted unit is if the unit can't get an address on its own from the building department, or you can't get separately metered utilities like PG&E utility service, that type of deal. Okay, it's a long and drawn out process to get the permits and so forth for ADUs and so forth nowadays with the building department. So you might want to do the proper steps and hire the right professionals like the contractor or planners, that type of deal, to go get those permits for you, because you don't want to just put up a few pieces of drywall and say, hey, this place, I'm going to rent the garage out, type deal, because that could bite you in the butt and it will cost you a lot more in attorney's fees and drama down the road. So those are some things that you can do if you're not sure. You always want to go do your due diligence and research with the local municipality, and if you have a situation where a unit might not be permitted, you may want to talk to the right professional to go get those permits and so forth for you, or do whatever needs to be done. I'm not a building expert here, but it comes up in court sometimes. So landlords, if you're in the Northern California area and you need help with a problematic tenant situation, tenant's not paying rent, or you might need to terminate a tenancy, feel free to reach out. We might be able to help out. Put your comments, questions down below. Try to answer them to the best of my ability. Until next time, folks, talk to you then. See ya.